It's an age-old question in American politics that has everything to do with age. Will young voters turn out on Election Day?
We've seen a huge surge in enthusiasm from millennials.
We're seeing engagement like we never have before.
While Democrats and Republicans disagree on who will benefit from midterm enthusiasm, young voters agree on the stakes.
Could potentially be one of the most decisive elections in U.S. history.
It'll be a huge election to just decide the future of the country.
Daniel Galileo is an 18-year-old college freshman from Maryland. He's a Democrat. Dalton Nunemaker is a 19-year-old college freshman from Missouri. He's a Republican. Both are part of the 18 to 24-year-old voting bloc that came of age in a politically divided America, shaped by post-9/11 terrorism threats, the Great Recession, mass shootings, and a 24-hour news cycle. In this critical midterm election, Democrats are focusing on health care, while the GOP touts its success with the economy.
We want to see the growth that we've had continue. We want to see the jobs, the unemployment stay really low.
But there's something else animating the midterms.
The election of Donald Trump.
Continuing the president's agenda is something that's on the top of my list.
It's also about shaking up the president's agenda for many young progressives like Daniel. While the 2016 election woke up his peers, the gun debate is moving them.
Sandy Hook happened when I was in 7th grade, and this has just kept happening over and over again, and there really hasn't been any sort of legislative initiative to help curb this gun violence.
The Democratic and Republican national committees are both trying to court young voters, engaging them on college campuses and social media.
We learned our lesson from 2016. We can't be a committee or a party that shows up every 4 years and tells you in October that you need to vote.
Rock the Vote is a nonprofit that registers and engages young voters. Executive Director Carolyn DeWitt says engaging includes teaching.
They're unfamiliar with the process, they're nervous about the consequences of registering and voting, and they're largely actually self-conscious about their understanding about our government.
DeWitt insists the idea that youth are politically apathetic is bogus.
If young people are incredibly passionate about the issues, it really comes down to helping them.
But as history reminds us, it is not as much about passion as it is simply about turnout. Mo Lalengi, CBS News, Washington, D.C.